Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we're shining today.
From the heart of New York City,
It's Today with Jenna
and Sheinelle.
We got it. Yeah, we're shining
With today's
today.
guest, actor Channing Tatum, a performance by Magic Mike Live, and the cast of Queer Eye.
Everything feels alright with Jenna and Sheinelle. We're shining today.
Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday. It's January 20th.
Week 2.
Let's go. Week 2.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're shining.
Wow.
Did you have a good weekend?
I had a good weekend. Did you have a good
A
one?
beautiful weekend.
Good. I'm
Yes.
so glad.
You made it
I
work.
hope you can soak in the first week of this new
Of all
show.
the
Every
things.
time you sit, I forget how tall you are. There.
I know. How tall I am?
Well, in the chair.
In the chair.
Yeah.
I mean, behind the scenes, they did a whole measuring situation to make sure that it looks like I have a torso.
Well,
because
you
I
do.
don't.
You sure do.
There you go. Okay, so what are we talking about?
Well, there was some news that broke overnight that has a
yes.
lot of people shocked. Brooklyn Beckham has broken his silence on his ongoing feud with his parents, David and Victoria. So yesterday afternoon, in a 6-page Instagram story post, he wrote in part, "I do not want to reconcile with my family. I've been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private." He claimed his parents have been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped.
So they were married. I remember, I think she was here as
Yes.
Nicola. They were married in April of 2022. He said that Victoria, at the last minute, canceled creating her wedding dress. He says she, quote, hijacked the first dance with his wife. NBC, by the way, reached out to representatives for David and Victoria and Brooklyn and Nicola Peltz Beckham. Nobody's talking. We haven't heard back. I will say I'm almost nice to a fault,
Yeah.
right? So people know that about me, so much so that I don't like to say anything that's not kind or
Yeah.
negative or what have you. But in this case, I actually feel like it's not nice of him. I feel like I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I don't care if it's true or not. But at the end of the day, I feel like to put your parents' laundry out there, to put we don't need to know whatever's happening. And also, I'm not trying to say whatever. Well, yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're saying
you are where you are because
Yeah.
of the work that they've done.
Yeah.
And so for better or worse, and maybe it's because I have these hardcore soccer fans in my house, and I just finished Victoria's documentary. But I mean, they work really hard.
Yes.
And I think maybe I'm speaking as a mom. You're doing the best you can.
Yeah.
Right. And so, come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, he wrote too about sort of like the publicness of their family and how his parents always tried to put on this public.
I get it.
Then that was hard, but then you're airing this publicly.
Right, that's
so
the thing.
that's the part that feels sort of hypocritical. And I mean, I'm just thinking about putting my little 6-year-old to bed and how I woke up this morning like thinking about these people that I don't even know, how heartbroken they must be.
To wake up to that.
Yeah, because think about, he was a little 6-year-old who they cared for, and who knows, like we don't know.
And
what
again,
happened.
like that's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying that whether it's true or not. It's just, do we need to know about it?
to make it so public.
Yeah.
Because imagine putting and also, I mean, I've now been married for a long time.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly how long, but I feel like you've got to embrace your husband's family.
I was just about to say, for me, it was 17 years, right? And, it's endless. You think about movies and books with your in-laws and a mother and how she's protective of her son. All those dynamics can be at play, but I think you play the long game.
Yeah.
Right? Eventually
You
you'll
play
have
the
kids
long
and
game.
they'll be their grandparents, and
You play the long game.
play the long game.
And you just kind of, hope that you can. And you should, I don't know, I just think so sad. You want your kids to have grandparents,
I know, and to get along. I have to say, I'm sitting here thinking while I'm looking at you, in the 26 years I've been in this business, I don't think I've ever given an opinion. And this is, and this is the first time where I'm like, no, I'm team
How
mom.
did that feel to give a little opinion?
Well, I have a soft spot for parents.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not easy.
We also know what it's like to be raising.
And to be public.
Yeah, to raise a baby and then, elementary, have our little kindergartner and just hope for the best for them. So then to know that that doesn't work out.
I wish them the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Next
Tell us
topic.
more.
Yeah, Amelia Clarke and Haley Lu Richardson star in Ponies. It's this new spy series that everybody's buzzing about on Peacock.
Yes.
So Amelia, of course, well known for her role in Game of Thrones. So here's why everybody's talking about it this morning. So in a recent interview, Haley was asked if she has ever seen the longest running hit series. Take a look at her response.
I only watched the first season of Game of Thrones. Well,
sorry,
I can tell
I'm
you
so
which
sorry.
one.
You know what? I have watched the spin-off.
You watched House of Dragon.
I know. Are you mad at me? Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
What?
I totally put you guys on that This is actually mean of me. I'm the worst. I know, but the thing is,
I'm gonna bypass one my friend is in.
I'm so.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I should go. I should.
No, you don't need to.
So she admits that she hasn't really seen Game of Thrones.
I know. You know, my sister once said she doesn't really watch this show. That just took me to a place.
I was just about to say,
you were like, where'd you go? That took me to a dark
I literally
place.
looked over, and I'm still learning our dance, right?
Yeah.
So I looked over, and I looked in your eyes, and I didn't know where you went.
Yeah, that took me to a dark place of my own. She once said on the show, I don't watch this show. And I was sitting there thinking,
how did it make you
must that feel?
Yeah, well, exactly how she feels. I mean,
little sad.
A little sad, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Well, shoot, if I was friends with Amelia, I would have. We missed
What would you
it.
have done?
I watched the first 2 episodes,
Yeah.
then we missed it, then there were 13 seasons.
Well, I was about to say, I remember I tried to come in and watch it, but when you haven't seen the first few.
No, and also, then it gets ahead of you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, wait, I have to watch 13 seasons? We missed it.
There's so many things like that I haven't
What else?
seen that I'm late. And now I love it. But I was late to Love Actually.
When did you watch Love Actually?
Recently on a flight. We did a holiday segment once, or
Yes.
a commercial where we did the.
Yes. Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, right? And I was like, so I need to see this movie so I can know what
Yeah, especially since one of your favorite movies of all time
Notting
is Notting Hill.
Oh
They're
my gosh, all of them. I
That's
know.
like
My
peanut
best friend's
butter and
wedding.
jelly.
And I loved it. The holiday.
Yes.
What about you?
Well, I've never seen any of the Star Wars. Don't come at me.
You know
you
what?
haven't either. You
I was
thought
just
it
about
was
to
Star
say,
Trek.
I did. I was like, Spock, the ears, no, we're the worst.
I did see it at camp.
As a kid.
But I fell asleep.
Okay. You know what else I haven't seen? Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Go ahead.
I haven't seen any of the Harry Potter. You know what? I
Somebody
don't need
just
your-
was offended.
I don't need your judgment.
Wait, you know what you should do?
I know, I haven't.
You should read it first.
Well, because the thing is, there's so many. So the other day I was on a flight, and I'm like, well, maybe I should start with one. But then I'm like, I kind of want to read the book first.
Yeah.
When is that happening?
And
So I
then,
don't know.
unfortunately, it becomes this cycle.
So what
where
was
you
like,
just
what did
never
you
see
love?
it.
What kind of movies?
Well, I loved The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Oh,
I
yes.
loved that movie. And then also, remember Sleeping with the Enemy?
Oh, so you like a little
I liked those 90s. Oh, Sleeping with the Enemy when they go to that amusement park and she's running. All those 90s thrillers. I loved. Didn't you love
that.
those?
I did. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. You know, it was those eyes. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh, Single White Female.
All those.
God, they were so
Don't look at me like that. Why are you looking at me
We
like
need
that?
to
when you
bring
say-
back those 90s.
She's like single white female?
Yeah, am I scaring you?
Yeah, with that look.
I watched His and Hers, remember?
Hello with Tessa.
Yeah,
Yes,
we had
yes.
Tessa on the show
Yes.
yesterday. Okay, so I watched it. I binged it. Wow.
What?
It's just a cycle.
I didn't see the end, so I don't know.
Wow.
That's your
Anyway.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
That's
I
good
like
to
a
know.
thriller.
Yeah,
I like a
that's
thriller,
good
but
to
not
know.
horror.
Okay.
All right, we got a great show for you today. You guys, the cast of Queer Eye is here to celebrate the final season with us.
But first, we'll catch up with the one and only Channing Tatum. We're talking Magic Mike live right after this. 2 decades ago, Channing Tatum became a breakout star with the dance film Step Up. Since then, oh, look at this. We've known him from comedies like 21 Jump Street and dramas like last year's Roof Man.
But if there's one role that's iconic, it's, of course, Magic Mike. The film spawned 2 sequels and a performance show called Magic Mike Live, which is now coming to New York City.
So fun.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hitting New
Good to
York
see you
City, this city has everything.
Yes.
If we had told you at 21 years old that you were gonna, film this movie and it was gonna span this worldwide phenomenon, what would you have said?
No way, no way. 21, I was living in New York. I just moved up here basically almost on my 21st birthday. I was living on my modeling agent's couch. And then, 3 years doing that, and then I went into acting in LA. I would have never in a million years. If you told me I would have maybe owned a strip club one day when I was younger, I'd have been like, maybe. I'm from Florida, but no, I absolutely. It's just crazy. I mean, to own a building now, from a couch to literally owning a building in Times Square, basically the theater district. It's wild. It's nuts.
And I don't think I realized I was prepping for this morning that Magic Mike is based kind of loosely on real life experiences as an exotic dancer.
Yeah, I did 9, 10 months, and it was a wild.
What was your
experience.
name?
Oh, it's terrible. I don't
What
even want
was
to
it?
say it. Chan Crawford. I didn't actually pick it. I didn't pick it.
My pseudonym was Crawford too.
Really?
I wasn't an exotic
when you go to
dancer.
games and they say
yours is probably like, 'cause like Cindy Crawford or something.
Holly.
Holly Crawford?
I could have worked.
Holly Crawford was the
Close
name
to
she
you.
picked.
Holly Crawford's actually, it works. What's your stage name now?
Yeah, I use it every
Holly-
once in a while.
Every once in a while she whips it out. Sorry, it came up. I was just kind of curious. What do you think it is that has kind of held the test of time, and now it's grown to where we have a live performance of it? But what is it?
There's something really special about Magic Mike. I only wanted to make a movie with one of my favorite directors, Steven Soderbergh, and I told him about this little section of my life. We made a little movie, we financed it ourselves, and then we kind of caught this like crazy wave of like 50 Shades of Grey, movies made for women. And the movie is like a little strange. It's a movie about men but made for women, and like we just kind of like didn't know what we landed on in a way. And then now cut to 10, 15 years later, we've gone on a real education, and I don't really know what it is other than I think our like thirst to learn why it's like connecting, and we really I've surrounded myself with so many strong and creative women, and I've actually put myself in a confessional booth in New York.
No way.
And just had people come in, they didn't know it was me, and I asked women what they were missing out of their life, and be like, all right, in your life, out of 1 out of 10, where would you say you are? And they'd be like, I'm at a 7. I'm like, all right, well, what would make it a 10? And I got a lot of.
Was there a theme in what most women feel like they want?
There's a lot. There's a lot that I learned, but one of the things was actually, I think we did it in the business district, and a lot of them they were like very successful women, and I was like, well, that's great, and they were like, but they were the breadwinners in the family, and I was like, that's incredible. They were like, yeah. But I'd also, I'd like my partner to also be the breadwinner.
I love that. That's funny.
Okay, so speaking of women, have you taken your girlfriend to see the show yet?
Yes, twice.
Twice?
Yeah, London and Vegas, I believe. Yeah.
And what'd she think? Was she into it?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think personally, the best thing you can do if you're in a relationship, come to the show. You'll be rewarded in spades. I promise you.
By the way, you did remember this, but I brought it up. I was at the premiere in Vegas with Natalie Morales.
Was that almost 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Look at the video.
We went and we got to. I guess we didn't make the team.
Well, I can tell you right now, you were like, we're going to go back to New York. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You're definitely staying for the show. And you did.
And we did.
Did you have a good time?
It was a great night.
I
And
love
you're
that.
right. If you want to spice up your relationship,
just go.
There's a good way to do
the
it.
The guys aren't going to steal your girl.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. I promise you, once you go home, you'll be rewarded.
I love that. It's just a good time. I was reading recently, you talked about the fact that you are running this 10-year run of roles that challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. What does that look like for you?
It's a little bit, I kind of just take it as it comes. There's not a big, plan exactly. I just want to work with really, really talented people and, really push myself, I think, in roles that I haven't taken yet or things that I haven't done. I want to do big, small, everything in between. I don't really have exactly a total plan. I just want to challenge myself, I guess.
It was funny. I was on a flight this weekend, and I knew you were coming on, and I'm watching people watch Roof Van. And I'm like, that must be a good... I don't know if you've ever been on a flight and seen people watch your movies.
One time, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. One time I was looked over, and it was actually Magic Mike, and I was
oh, wow.
I was like, ooh, this is interesting.
You were like, I'm sitting right next to you.
It was a guy. I was like, hey. No.
You're like, hey,
By the way,
I just go body rolling.
by the way, Al Roker body rolling this morning.
Oh, top tier.
Can't get it out of our mind.
Oh my God, it's great. I will put Al on stage. I promise you.
He wants to do it.
If he will go on stage, I promise you, I will give you the best show of the.
I wish Al was there.
First of all, there's no question Al will take you. He'll probably take you up on the offer.
He sure will.
Please make this happen.
Okay.
Please make this happen.
You have a 12-year-old. I have a 12-year-old.
Yes.
She has a 13-year-old. It's a time.
Everly.
They say it happens fast, right? I felt like I left for 2 weeks to go do some press, and I came back, and it was the first 2 weeks of 7th grade.
Yeah.
And all the baby was gone.
Yeah.
It was just gone in 2 weeks. I thought I was at least going to have 3 months or 4 months of watching it sort of fade away. But now she's a full-on teenager now. It's beautiful, but also
I know. I feel that same way. I'm like, who is this teen that they put in my home?
It's nuts.
I love that.
And she's so talented and clever. It's a wild journey.
Wait to see where that goes. Okay, so stick around because we have a Tuesday treat. We named it a performance from the cast of Magic Mike Live. I hear they've been rehearsing.
Be incredible.
I hear it is incredible. That's coming up next.
We are back with Channing Tatum and the cast of Magic Mike Live. It was just announced that the show is coming here to New York City this fall. Channing, you say this is what you're most proud of in the world.
By far. I mean, I don't tell people to go see my movies, but I tell everyone to go see the show. It's just, I don't know, I'm so proud of it.
So what are we about to see?
We're going to get a little sample platter, I guess, of what you're going to see at Magic Mike Live New York. So let's get the boys in.
I just saw him doing push-ups, so I don't know what's about to happen. But shall we dance?
Let's do it.
We'll get the killers out here.
All right, here it is, Magic Mike Live.
I want to see on the...
You can have anything that you want. You just have to ask.
Came here for a special purpose.
One of y'all dropped it. That was amazing. Whose is this? One of y'all dropped this.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
Y'all are incredible athletes. Channing, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, everybody's all, I just told Channing, like, let's go.
We're gonna go.
We're going.
Morning TV, guys.
Yeah, that woke some people up. Magic Mike Live is coming to New York City on October 8th. Tickets are on sale now.
So good.
That was incredible.
So good.
Really good.
Okay. Up next, you should see the faces of the guys from Queer Eye. Hey, how'd they do? Did they do all right? Yeah. Okay, great. They're going to dish on their final season right after this.
It has been nearly a decade since Queer Eye first aired on Netflix and instantly became a pop culture sensation.
Well, now the stars are saying goodbye to the hit show in their 10th and final season. Take a look.
This isn't the end of Queer Eye. We were just starting off a movement.
I'm always gonna be there for you.
Okay, I'm relieved.
It's never been just a makeover.
Continue making this world a better place.
You never know what's behind the door unless you knock. And now it's your turn.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna miss all of you guys.
Oh, Tom.
Queer Eye. Coming to an end.
Okay, this is season 10. You ready?
You guys were crying. Anthony, Tan, Jonathan, and Jeremiah.
Do you have to start with that?
Yeah, honestly.
That's so beautiful. And
Where are the tears coming from?
They're endless for me. I think it's just the beauty of an experience where purpose aligns with your passion. And that's what the show is. It really is spotlighting, at least in my opinion, the best of humanity and what happens when you show up for each other with no agenda, just empathy and dignity. And so I'm super grateful.
And we
to be a
need
part
so
of it.
much more
I know.
of that.
Well,
in
you're
this
all
world.
sitting here holding hands, and I know, listen, people notice that someone is missing. So obviously there are 4 of the Fab 5 here. We received an email from Karamo's assistant this morning, which said in part, quote, Karamo has felt mentally and emotionally abused for years, and he's been advised by his therapist to protect himself and his peace by not attending. But he did send this video. Take a look.
Hey, Jenna and Sheinelle, congratulations on becoming the most amazing duo in daytime TV. I just want to say thank you to all the fans who supported us and rocked with us for 10 seasons. This new season is going to be amazing. You're going to love every minute of it. And just like the themes of this season, I'm modeling what I believe is most important, which I want to remind you all. Love yourselves and protect yourselves. That's why I'm here at home and not there. But continue to watch the show. The crew worked on it and did an amazing job. I want to shout out to the crew. I want to shout out to all the fans. I want to shout out to the executives from Netflix. Thank you for having me for 10 seasons.
Okay.
Tough.
Well, to see that, to hear that, were you surprised that he's not here today?
I think definitely a little surprised, but at the same time, like, look, we're so sorry that he's not here. We fully support, I think, as a collective unit, him taking care of himself. And to echo what he's saying, we're here to honor the legacy of a decade, which is so wild to think about, and all of the heroes that we helped, and to just really put a spotlight on the incredible heroes we have this season in DC.
Do any of you have anything you want to say?
To be fair, the show was never about us. Yes, we were the faces of the show, but the show is about our heroes, and we got to bring people together in what I think is the most beautiful way. And I think the legacy of the show is such positivity and beauty, and just trying to make this world a better place. And I'm so proud of what we've achieved. Yeah. So proud, including Karamo. What we've all done together. I think that the work that he has done, and the rest of us, I think has been profound.
We have to say we reached out to Netflix. We didn't receive a statement back. But you filmed this final season in D.C. It's a town I know well. It's a special town for our country. What was it like to be there?
I think it was kind of surreal, considering that we started filming in 2017, obviously when the first Trump administration was in office. And so it was kind of a full circle moment. And I just want to circle back to Karamo for one moment and just say that it is so difficult. I think both of you can identify with when you're on a show and you are just relentlessly working. It is so difficult to center what you need and how to take care of yourself. And he's been teaching people how to take care of themselves on Queer Eye for almost 10 years. And I'm actually so proud of him for centering what he needs to do and taking care of himself. It's not easy to do. That's not an easy statement to make. And I'm really proud of him for doing that. Obviously, we wish that he was here, but I am really proud of him for doing what he needs to do what's best for himself. I think DC, that was giving more layers than Lisa Rinna shag. It was dewy. It was a lot.
That time of year.
It was a lot. But the people of the DMV, which is the district of the
Maryland, Virginia, District of Columbia.
The people of the DMV are so
Also
amazing.
where you get your license.
But the people,
We talked about that twice today on the show.
Yes. But the people were so amazing, and they've really gone through so much. Like, I mean, obviously, like the government layoffs and all of those people have been through a lot there. So it was really fun to like come together, bring some joy, do some fun hair. I will tell you, no spoilers, but there is a reveal on this season of Queer Eye that we've never done before. It involves, okay, I'm going to spoiler it, 2 wigs.
That's not how a spoiler
Not 1 or 2. There's 2 wigs. Because there wasn't a lot of hair for me to work with on this particular
Oh my
person.
goodness.
So I said, honey, I'm going to give them something they've never seen before. Big old wig on
And it was amazing.
It was a real shocker.
To your credit, I remember when the show was first announced and people weren't exactly sure what we were going to get. And they thought, oh, maybe this will just be another makeover show. You'll put on some hair and makeup or do something nice for somebody. But it really, it transcended all of that. And you each brought your point of expertise and really transformed lives. And so I heard that not only do you have it, with the people on the show, but then in your own lives as well. Because some of you guys were like, next door neighbors. I heard it was like the Golden Girls in some ways.
3 of us lived in the same.
You actually lived.
So we had apartments, JVN for all of your animals.
I have 5 cats and 3 dogs.
You needed a house.
Oh, 5 cats. I knew I loved you.
Yeah. But the rest of us, it was like the Golden Girls. We'd watch TV and we'd cook and make.
It was Golden Girls because you had silk robes.
Yeah, and I do like a blue rinse, like a purple or blue rinse every night. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Loved it. It was.
Is that part of the tears? You've created this beautiful friendship.
I just want to say quickly, having been the new girl, obviously, for 2 seasons, it was such an experience that I will never quite be able to articulate. They have shown me such warmth, and it's been such a realignment for me, and reclaiming parts of myself that I had forgot about, and that is who they are. To go into this and to watch people really walk through next chapters of their lives, to be a part of that, to watch their growth and their vulnerability and their strength and be a part of it, it has been the most beautiful blessing and very unexpected layer to the whole thing.
And Jeremiah and Nate are 2 of my favorite people. So what a perfect newbie to have. And you won an Emmy out of this whole thing.
I didn't think it mattered, but then we won, and I was like, this is cute.
I was so proud of you.
I was so shocked.
I was so proud of you.
You know what it was? What it was, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this. There was something so beautiful about the symbol of bringing it home, because it was hard, and it was such a journey for our family, and to bring it home, and for everything that you guys have survived with the show, and we went through. It was, I don't know, I'm just glad to be a part of it.
What do you hope the legacy is of this beautiful thing y'all have built together?
Well, I think it's a reminder that the job isn't done. We still have so many more stories to tell. I mean, I joke at the beginning of every season, I don't know how to explore someone's history with food or trying to figure out a synonym for it, but when you meet these heroes, you realize that they're all just such unique individuals, and I hope that it serves as a call to action to continue embracing diversity and getting to know our neighbors.
Oh, I love that, in all ways. And I think whatever preconceived notions some may have had, I feel like they came to the show and they fell in love with you guys.
We dared to do something so positive. It was so subversive for us to create a show that was unlike any other.
Yes.
We did something positive and beautiful, and I would like to believe that kind of programming continues on, because we need it right now.
We do, for sure.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
The 10th and final season of Queer Eye will be streaming tomorrow on Netflix.
Next up, we are going to be talking Homeschooled. It's a beautiful new book with Read with Jenna author Stephen Merrill Block right after this. I need to give you this book for Nate. He would love it.
Back now with Jenna's latest book club pick. It's called Homeschooled by Stephen Merrill Block.
It is a beautiful, powerful memoir documenting his childhood experience being homeschooled by his mother. We're going to chat with him in a moment, but first, take a look at his story. When Stephen Merrill Block was 9 years old, his mother pulled him out of traditional elementary school. Convinced that her youngest son was a creative genius, she planned to give him the special one-on-one attention that homeschooling provides. But beyond formal math lessons, Stephen was left mostly to his own devices, filling his days by reading comic books, swimming in the pool, or running errands with his mom. Stephen writes that his mother's suspicions of traditional institutions grew stronger each year, as did her desire to capture her son's innocence. The more he yearned for pure connection, the more he says his mother isolated him from the world. Homeschooled is a stunning, heartbreaking debut memoir about a mother's all-consuming love, a son's fight for his future, and a pathway to forgiveness. Stephen, we're so happy you're here.
Thank you so much. I can't believe I'm here. I'm just overjoyed.
When I loved this book so much, but as I was watching you watch clips of yourself and your life and writing this memoir, I know must not have been easy for you.
Well, it's just seeing those pictures of me and my mother. I mean, it's going to bring tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, my mother passed away at the height of the pandemic in 2020, and after she died, I just, you know, she was in Texas, I was in New York. We were separated by all these miles. I just had this feeling that, on top of the grief, that if I didn't write these memories down, if I didn't do something with them, it was almost as if these huge portions of my past were vanishing with her. Because for a huge part of my childhood, it was just her and me.
Yeah.
Take us back to the time when your mom decided that she wanted you to be homeschooled. What was happening at the time?
Yeah, you know, we had recently moved from Indianapolis to Texas, not so far from where Jenna was at that moment.
Yeah.
And, you know, in Indianapolis, my mother had a wonderful career. She had great friends. When we moved to Texas, I think that she felt isolated. She wanted more time with me. She was looking for something to do with herself, and she needed a friend. And I think that was actually a big impetus behind it. And we, you know, she sort of talked me into the situation, but it became clearer and clearer to me as time went on that really what it was about was that she needed me with her at home.
You say, and this is beautiful and heartbreaking, that your mom's love was both the lock and the key in your life. Like, you never doubted her love, but it was suffocating. Like, talk about what that looked like on a day-to-day basis. Because I've read it in the book. It's almost hard to believe.
Yeah, you know, my mother believed that I was capable of anything. You know, we would take out biographies of like Da Vinci and Einstein from the library, and she would compare where I was at 9 versus where they were at 9. Be like, you're ahead of Einstein. See, she believed in all these things, but a part of that, she thought she was cultivating, you know, the next Einstein or something, which is not something I agree with at all. I should say, but part of that was that she felt like she needed to keep me at home and away from the world, and you know, let me focus on following my passions and my interests. And the effect of that was that I was profoundly isolated. These years were increasingly just so lonely, and I became desperate to be with other children, and also just feeling myself falling actually behind academically in a lot of ways. So she had locked me away in this situation, but then ultimately it was her love for me and her belief in what I was capable of that gave me the courage to turn my back on her and to walk out into the world.
And you asked, like, you know, got up the courage to finally ask to go back to school. What was it like when you re-entered after how many years away?
I had been away for 4.5 years. And
really not learning much, math.
Well, you know what I had done in those years? It's almost like the life of a writer. I had been alone in my room, reading books and writing stories. It made me a writer. I would not be a writer without these years. When I went back to school, it was the great trauma of my life. I mean, I had been alone with a middle-aged woman for 4.5 years, and I quickly learned the things that impress a middle-aged woman are not the things that impress other 14-year-old boys. And I could not have been more out of place. I mean, now when I think about that time, I am able to laugh a great deal at it. It was not funny at the time. My mother also sent me back. She was worried about my handwriting. So on top of having been away from kids for all these years, she sent me back with this electric typewriter that I was made to like put on my desktop and click, 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 click.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I should say there's a larger conversation here. This is certainly not an indictment on homeschooling, you know, because obviously it's very popular around the country.
But it isn't regulated very much, and it definitely wasn't in the 90s.
Where you were.
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that because, you know, I am not at all anti-homeschooling, and there are many good reasons to homeschool. I mean, and I think it's a vital alternative to traditional education in a lot of ways. But I do think that in many states, maybe even in all states, regulation could be improved. In the state where I'm from, Texas, you know, to this day, you could be, you know, a registered sex offender, you could be convicted of felony crimes against minors and still be in your right to withdraw your kid from school and into the situation where essentially no one is ever going to check on their health, their welfare, their education. And it seems like such a fixable issue, and we know that there are just stories of heinous abuse that happen in those situations.
Well, thank you for sharing this beautiful book. It's a New York Times bestseller, I might add, so congratulations.
And thanks to you.
This is an incredible book. I always compare it, because I love this book too, to Educated. Kara Westover, who I love.
Is right next to my heart. I love that
This book is so incredible. It's a love story between a mother and a son, and it will change the way you think about a lot of different things. So check out Stefan's book, Homeschooled. You can head to your local indie bookstore or go today.com/read with Jenna.
All right, up next, you asked us questions, and we'll answer them for you right after this.
Thank you. How was that? All right, last week we put our Instagram question box up, and our viewers did not hold back.
Okay, so we're answering some of those questions right now in our series, Ask Away.
Okay. Here's the first one. Rosie M, 1987, wants to know something we look forward to learning from each other. Mine is just frivolous, but I can't wait till you teach me how to dance.
I am looking forward to going to your hometown and vice versa.
Yes.
And like seeing all your favorite spots and
I'll teach you how to drink a margarita.
Okay, great.
I think you already know how.
I think I do, but I can learn some more. Okay, next up, Marinsky O is wondering, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
What's the one song that always gets you on the dance floor? Can we crank them up?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
I have two. Whitney Houston.
I want to dance with somebody?
I want to dance with somebody. That's like, I mean, come on.
And, anytime that comes on, people go, you just like hop.
Yeah. We don't even need to get to my second. Go, Chanel, what's yours?
Okay, here's mine. Here goes. Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody is flying. Somebody is flying.
Yeah, by the way, that's a dead song.
Oh, my goodness. With Bruno Mars. Anybody want to give me tickets to that concert? Okay.
When's it happening?
I don't know. I just know it's coming up everywhere.
When we go to Magic Mike Live. All right, head to our Instagram at Jenna and Sheinelle to ask away, and we may answer them the next time.
Watch Heated Rivalry, and then we'll go see Magic Mike Live.
We have a lot to do.
We're going to do a road trip. All
that. A lot.
Right after this.
Bye. Tomorrow, Oscar-winning actress Natalie Portman will be here.
Plus, actress and author Jeanette McCurdy.
Okay, before we go, can we sing and say happy birthday to our supervising producer, this queen, right here, Stephanie Davis. We love you around here. You get everything done. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Steph. There you are. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye. You guys, thanks for watching.
I know. Come join us for all the fun every weekday on NBC.
Yeah, and don't forget to take us along when you're on the go.
Follow the Today with Jenna and Sheinelle podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.